Hey, what's up, everyone? It's Nate from Ferocious. Sorry about the little delay on my Panther going across the screen. As soon as I was getting ready to click it, I got an email pop up right there, and it just took over my mouse. So there was a little delay there. Sorry about that. And but we're here, and I'm here. You guys are here, and that's all that matters. It is Friday night. Welcome to the Ferocious Friday Free for All. It is the first Friday of March, which means that we're going to do the $50 giveaway for all the mobile app orders that came in last month. So if you've placed an order on the mobile app, you are eligible, and your order number will be on my list here. Now, I did call the place where I have my P.O. box earlier today. I'm like, hey, did anybody send a letter to the P.O. box? Because that is the free way for people to enter. And the woman told me, nope, your box is empty. So I said, okay, thank you very much. I hung up, and so it is just the orders that came in, and we have 30 mobile orders from February that came in. So we had orders that came in through the regular website, as well as, actually one came in through PayPal, but then the rest of them, the ones that are, eligible to be entered are the 30 orders that came in through the mobile app. So don't worry if you do not win this time. Just download the mobile app, and any order you make, I will do that same thing every single month. At the first Friday of the next month, I'll go back and look at all the other mobile app orders. And if you were one of them, then you are automatically eligible to win a $50 gift card. So we'll go through that later. We'll pick a winner, and we'll announce it here live. So anyhow, let's see who is here. We've got the first person I see that made a comment was Brian Hershey. What's going on, Brian? Hope you are doing well, sir. Bearded Wolf jumped in here, wanted to wave, gave us the old symbol and the smiley face. How's it going, Wolf? Good to see you, brother. E-Rock jumped in here, but he said he wishes he could join, but he's with his retirement with his son. Have an awesome weekend. Awesome. That's a perfect way to spend a Friday night. So good on you, brother, and we will see you next Friday night. Have a great time. So what's going on, Andre? Tattooed Bearded Veteran 1. What's going on, man? I'm glad you're here, and thanks for jumping in over here, brother. Who else came in here? Tiki. Ferocious has a beard crew. Yes, we do. We have a beard crew. You are the beard crew. You can call yourself a Ferocious beard crew. You can call us the Ferocious Nation. Whatever you want to call it, I don't care. The important thing is we are here together, and that's what matters. So good call. And hello, gents. Hello back to you, brother. Ryan Zuvik is here. What's going on, man? Good to see you, brother. Thank you for jumping in on here. Someday you're going to have to explain what your I'm going to call it a call sign. What does that all mean? KRJZ1BB. Just be curious what that means, brother. Let's see. Anybody else jumped in? Yeah, here come all the rest of the folks. So Nate is late. Yes, I was, but I've been hearing that all my life, probably because it rhymes. But yeah, it's weird. It's like so when I start this show, there's a couple of things I do just to make sure it runs smoothly. The first thing I do, and I've been doing this probably for about 4 or 5 months now, is I put a 30-second countdown on. That way you guys know, hey, I'm getting ready to start. And then I try to quickly, once that's over, I try to quickly push the button to let that, I'm going to call it a panther. It's got the red eyes and it runs across the screen. So I try to quickly push that as soon as the countdown hits 0. Well, today that little pop-up message in the bottom right of my screen popped up that said I had a new email, and it covered my screen where I was going to click on it. So I had to clear that, and then one more came in. I had to clear that too before I could push it. But then as that thing is running across the screen, that's when I bring up these graphics and I bring up my image. So basically, as it's going, it just looks like this, and then like that. So I'm quickly trying to bring those things up at the same time as that thing's going. So I basically have about 12 seconds or so to do that. And so it caught me off guard today. Logan, what's going on, brother? Thanks for jumping in on here, man. Glad you are here. Sika Mika Nico is here, 117. Yes, what's up, brother? Good to see you, man. Andre, all is good over here, man. We are getting back to normal with weather and whatnot, and everything's running pretty smoothly, actually. So we are good. El Tomahawk 22 is in the house. What's up, brother? Good to see you, man. Hope you're doing okay. Sway Sauna's here. How you doing, brother? Good to see you, man. Joshua Rick says, what's up, Nate? Hope it's all is well. That beard is looking phenomenal. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. I actually, typical me, I finally trimmed around the mouth today because every time I would drink coffee, it would drip. And I'm like, okay, this has got to stop. I'm like drinking lemonade like this. So I'm like, okay, that's a sign. So I trimmed the mouth, but I am going to let this keep growing. Why not? I'm just going to let it keep growing and do its thing. So did you guys see I made it's kind of weird. I made a video on Instagram that what did they call it? Hold on. They call it so if I were going to do this plus, they're called reels. And I never did a reel before this week. And I did one reel on how to freshen up your beard if you have a mask beard. And what you do is you spray water in your beard, comb it, and then you put some beard oil or something in your beard and comb it again. And you can, comb it up if you want, and it gets rid of that mask beard that people have. Well, I'd never done a reels video before, and I looked at it 20 minutes later, and it had 540 something views 20 minutes after I made it. I'm like, are you shitting me? I've never had that many people see a video of mine and especially that quick. And so what let me see how many people have seen that thing now. It's kind of crazy. Here it is. Yeah, it's this one. If you guys ever see it, it's like how to freshen up the mask beard. If I click on reels now, 1,776 plays. I'm like, that's like the craziest thing because I've never done a reel before that. So of course now I'm like, well, maybe I should try making more reels just to see how it goes. But yeah, so I just freshened this up actually about 15 minutes ago too. The same exact method. So hey, Daniel's here. Daniel, the bearded apprentice. What's going on, brother? Good to see you, man. How are you doing today? Big man bearded's in the house. Good to see you too, brother. A little late, Lenny stuff. Yeah, me. I know, man. Shame on me. Shame on me. That's all right. We're here now, and that's the important thing. Vado's here. What's going on, man? Good to see you, brother. Hit that like button. Good reminder. Man, the comments are flying today. Yeah, Big Man Bearded recommends, guys, hit the like button. Please hit the like button. Hit the subscribe if you have not subscribed. Most of you guys have subscribed, and I really appreciate that, you guys. But if you guys like the content you see here, definitely hit that like button. I know you have lots of choices on Friday nights, and as well as any other night for content that might be or might not be fun. And I really do appreciate you guys jumping in over here, really, guys, really do. Sway Sana says, I think you sent me an extra Neon After Dark combo by mistake. I get the original oil butter combo and just received an oil bomb combo, I think 2 days ago. Oh, you know what? Anything's possible, brother. I just might have done that. What I usually try to do is, for the people that win things, I make a note. If I'm on this computer, I'll make a note once I've sent it out. And that way I know that it's been sent. Usually I'll place an order on my notes. I'll place the order on your behalf, and then I just go fill it. It might be possible. Sometimes mistakes happen. We are all human. You might have had two, but that's okay. You got more for when you run out of the first one, if that happens. Otherwise, or you can give it to a friend or do whatever you want. But yeah, if it is an extra one, I appreciate you, man. So it is yours. So, but yeah, that's better than saying I have not got my combo yet. So, which that does happen periodically, and I try to keep that to a minimum. But every now and then, sometimes things do slip through the cracks, and I do apologize for that. Sway Sana, are you buttering me up, brother? Is it just me, or does Nate's beard look especially good tonight? I just primed it, man. Just primed it. I literally 15 minutes before I went on, I'm like, you know what? I need to do something, because as soon as I got out of my day job, we went out, and my daughter and I, she wanted to get a couple of things, so we did go out to Target, and we went to Costco real quick. Had to get a birthday cake because it's Barb's birthday this weekend. So we went and got a cake for Barb over there at Costco. So of course, going into all these stores, I had to it just looked like a mask beard, so I had to fluff it up a bit. Logan says he agrees it's on point. Thank you. I'm telling you guys, I'm just gonna keep growing the length for now. I want to see what happens. I want to see if it keeps getting longer and longer, and you know, I'll just kind of trim it and see what happens. Hey, Will's here. 607 beard care. That's something I wanted to talk about real quick today. So William and we did some trading, and he sent me his to my house before I got his to his house. But his is en route. It's in the mail. Promise, Will, it's in the mail. Got me some 607 Beard Care Butter Bomb. It's labeled like this just because he doesn't have the labels yet, but he wanted to get this out for me. This is his Butter Bomb. It is the bomb. It's awesome. This stuff is so good. This one is it's a peppermint and a little bit of tea tree in there. So that's this. If we see it, this is the consistency. It's kind of like a thick jelly, if you want to call it that, and it's really I really like it a lot. I do use other people's products sometimes, guys, and you know, he was on the show back I think it was December, and plus we had communicated back and forth ever since I started. I think we've been communicating once every couple of months anyway, just on Instagram, just, hey, keep up the good work, how's it going? You know, he's from the Northeast. He works his 607 Beard Care between his day job. I do Ferocious between my day job, and we're just one of those things. We're both makers, and we both really love making. So the other thing he sent me was this Hell Yeah beard butter, and it's a whipped butter. Love this. Watch this. It's one of those nice mason style jars. Pop it up, and look at that whipped consistency right in there. That's just great stuff. Hit up 607 Beard Care if you want to find some great whipped beard butter, and it's a 4-ounce glass container. And it's not only it's a glass container, but it's definitely old school, handcrafted. I would say New England, except he's in New York, but Northeast quality, hard worker. This kind of quality is just I love it. So hit him up if you get a chance, because he's got some great stuff. All right, what else was I going to talk about? Sika Nico. I still need to pronounce that name, brother. I'm so sorry, I'm messing it up. But Tiki, he did the lean forward method. He's still a mess. Nate's, our beards are like even right now. Again, yes. And remember where you were talking about, you asked somebody a question about beard length and hair length being like exactly looking on point or something. I seem to remember that. Or no, I know what it was. It was from here to here, and from here to here makes it look better than, I mean, arguably better than if your beard is like to here, and yet the space from here to up is really high. So, but your beard is growing like a weed, man, because I know you trimmed yours off or even shaved it like a lot, like fairly recently. Like fairly meaning the past 5 months or so, wasn't it? Wait a minute, let me see. Gosh, these comments, I'm just talking too slow, I guess. Let's see. Bearded Beanie's here. What's going on, Bearded Beanie? Thanks for jumping in over here. Hope you're doing well. Yes, hit the like button like it owes you money. Good reminder, absolutely. Wow, that is awesome, Nate. Thank you. Am I reading the same comments? Daniel says, my beard is on point. Thank you, sir. You've got that Neon After Dark in again tonight. You're loving it. Awesome. I love that scent. It's really a great scent. That ginger is what gets me every time. I love it. Beanie, how's it? Bearded Mike Watson's here. What's up, brother? From Arizona, my people. Hope you're doing well, Mike. Let's do another talk this week. I'll give you a call this weekend to see how things are going, man. Catch up. I think that I like talking to you, and I like seeing what's new with you, man. So I think we could make it like a fairly regular thing if you want. Hold on, my cat always likes to come in. Come on, let's go. All right, I'm back. Dig is here. BGG Beard Reviews. What's going on, brother? Good to see you, man. And you just got your order too. Your collaboration corner order, I believe you just got. So that is cool. 607 Beard Care, you the man, Nate. No, you the man. So we are all the man. We're all the men and women that join the show. So we are all in this together. Let me see a couple of other comments coming up here. A lot of haze going on. Bearded Regard. I don't think I said hi to you yet tonight. Bearded Garage here. What's up, brother? Good to see you. Thank you for jumping in there, Casey. Is 607 an area code? Yes, 607 is an area code. This 607 Beard Care. Ryan says USPS emailed me and said your Ferocious order will be arriving late. Oh man, that sucks. Sorry, Ryan. Did they give you any indication of when it might be there? Hopefully it's like tomorrow late rather than like next Tuesday or Wednesday late. Yeah, so 607, they are available. If you search 607 Beard Care, Will, correct me if I'm wrong now, but aren't you on, what is that site? I can tell you right now. I believe you're on Etsy. Is that correct? It's Etsy.com, and the shop is 607 Beard Care. So that's where you can go find 607 Beard Care. Because I did Google it to, let me see if I can paste the link in here. I might be able to. Yeah, let me paste the link into the site, guys, so you can go check him out. All right, there we go. That's the 607. As soon as it posts, it should be posting on there soon. Let's see. We had a 0 in our phone number, and we always said 0. Oh, and we always said O and not 0. 607. Yeah, I say 607, right? Because you caught me. Yeah, we said O's and not zeros too. And what's funny is there's certain times you might have a phone number that has like if say the area code 607-580-1234. Like, why do you say O in the area code but not O in the actual phone number? I don't know. It's just, it seems normal though. Whereas it just seems normal. Oh, Ryan says he spilled his beard oil for the first time. You were devastated. Don't tell me it was like one of these kind, right? Something like this. And it was open, or it was just like this and it tipped over. It wasn't one of those Euro drippers, right? Because when I first started Ferocious, I had those Euro drippers and nobody liked them. And even I thought they took forever to drip out of there. So I got enough feedback from people that they were like, I love the products, but can you do something and maybe get some of these regular droppers? So eventually I caved and said, okay, I'll get the droppers. And I haven't gone back to the Euro drippers yet. But I see now that a lot of companies are going not so much to the Euro drippers, which are the smaller drippers, but they're going to those little thicker droppers like that have a little bit of a they don't go as slow as the Euro drippers. But I know what you mean, man. I've been there several times, especially when I was making products, and then you knock it over with your hand and you like drop a couple of bottles and you're like, dang it, man, that's good stuff. I hate doing that. I hate losing product just because it's time consuming when you get the right amount of bottles out, you're making them, and then I might have like 6 bottles out here of a certain scent, and I'm making them, and then you go to grab like the top of one and you knock it over with your arm or something. It happens sometimes. So just say sick. You know what? There you go. I just might do that. I try not to be lazy, but in this case, I think that fits. I will say sick. So thank you, brother. Bailing me out, man. Cool. What's going on, Beta? See, you're peeking in on here, seeing how we are doing tonight. You heard you won a gift card. I think that's the other channel, which, so I don't know. Maybe you did, maybe you didn't, but it certainly wasn't here, Beta. Not yet, of course. Did you do a mobile order, by the way, last month? Because if you did, you will be eligible for a $50 gift card. Daniel says he still needs to try Oud to Joy. Yeah, it's a really amazing scent. It's raspberry and oud. I think you'll like it a lot. It's one of those things where you put those two things together and it's just enough raspberry so you know it's there, but it's not heavily raspberry. You definitely smell the oud. And Utajoy literally is raspberry and it's raspberry porter technically, and it's birchwood oud. And what happens is if you take like the raspberry, if you take the Utajoy and you take just the straight up oud, which used to be called Power. I don't actually do that anymore because I've got the Utajoy now. But if you were to just take the oud itself and compare that to the Utajoy, in my opinion, you actually smell the oud better in the Utajoy because you've got the raspberry there to kind of like reflect that awesome oud scent back into your senses there. So it really smells amazing. Highly recommended if you have not tried Utajoy yet. So definitely hit up Ferocious if you haven't. And by the way, guys, I do have a sale this weekend where I'm bringing back double bourbon for the month of March. So if you spend just $40 at Ferocious Beard Company this weekend, from now through this weekend, no code required, I'm going to send you a free bottle of the double bourbon with every $40+ order of product that you buy. So this is a good weekend to, get some Ferocious Beard product if you want to get a free bottle of double bourbon. Just spend $40 and I will send that to you at no extra charge and no extra, you don't have to put a code in, just don't have to add it, which in fact you can add it because I haven't added to the site yet, but I will include that at no extra charge. All right, time for a sip. Cheers, everybody. The magic beer. Dos Equis. Donnie Beard on for Life 517 is here. What's going on, Donnie? Good to see you, brother. 517. That is your. Is that your area code? Just checking because 607 Beard Care is here, and that is his area code. I was thinking that's probably yours too. Yeah, oud and raspberry porter, exactly. Cannot wait to get my blueberry bourbon and oud oil and butter. I can't either. That went out earlier today. So I went out at lunchtime during my day job, brought that over to the post office. So that is en route now, and I hope yours is early too. Mine was early, so maybe yours will be early too. So I hope so. That would be awesome. Yes, Logan mentions that Utajoy is really good. And then Beta talks about too, the birchwood oud and raspberry porter. Ryan, no order or no update yet. Hopefully the order will show up. Man, I hope so. I try to, I watch out for when orders are running late. When you guys let me know the order has not arrived yet, what I do is I'll put that in my tracker, so that way when it does show up, I'll get notification via text that it's shown up. And if it's been like 30 days or something and it hasn't shown up yet, to me that's a sign that I'm going to send out another one, because I don't want you guys to wait forever. But at the same time, if it's like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I know it's probably going to be there, because even though we like to slam on the post office sometimes, in all reality, almost every single priority and first class order I've shipped in the U.S. has gotten there without a problem and on time, usually. So they're pretty good generally. Now, overseas, that's a whole different matter. And I don't even ship overseas anymore. I use DHL for Canada, and that's $40 to ship that bad boy. But, in the U.S., I try to give them 30 days. And if it's been 30 days and you haven't got it, I'll send you out another one if it's not there yet, for sure. Yeah, there we go. The link finally showed up. There it is. Either I just caught up to it. Etsy.com/shop607 Beard Care, both on YouTube as well as on our Facebook side of the house, where we have got one person watching on Facebook and we've got 17 watching on YouTube at the moment. So you guys are both, just so you know, when we do giveaways, both the people on Facebook and YouTube, you're both eligible to enter. I will see the feed come in here, and I'll pick a winner based on whatever number you pick after. So let's see. Bald and Beardiful is here. What's up, brother? How's it? Ferocious and Bearded Fellas. All's good. Very, very good. You've knocked one over before, but you still prefer the droppers too. I think, the droppers are like the classic design, and they are, they're just, to me, they're just the most generally useful. I know there's the spray one too, where the pump, I guess, in as long as it's working right, I guess the pump is pretty good. But for me, the only thing I don't like about the pumps, sounds kind of silly, but like I've had trouble taking those pumps off, like once it's empty. And I sometimes like to reuse my bottles of my personal stuff rather than use another bottle, rather than pick up another empty bottle, because I've got like 300 or 400 at any given time. But, there's no reason why I can't reuse a bottle of my own for my own products, like for my own personal use, right? So, yeah, the restrictor tops are what the restrictor tops are what the new version of the Euro dripper. They're just a little bit bigger hole, I think, and they seem to work pretty well. A lot of people are going with them. Yeah, Mike says his bottle from Beach Bum has a pump on it. And yeah, now can you take that pump off once you've used that bottle, or is it pretty much like kind of like a safety device to make sure nobody tampers with it? Once you put it on, it's really hard to get off. Like you can't really take it off. What's this say? Ryan says 607 has $9 shipping to you. Awesome. All right. Jeff Rice just jumped in here. Oh, and by the way, Ryan, thanks for jumping in on here. I don't think I said hi, so thanks for jumping in on here. Appreciate you coming in, brother. Don't forget, we're going to do some giveaways after, and not that I expect you guys to. I do not. Seriously, do not buy something just to have a free giveaway here. But if we happen to get any orders during the show, like we always do on Friday nights, I always do bonus giveaways. So we'll see if we get any orders from, I don't know, Kansas or Florida or wherever it happens to be, or even Canada. Anytime we get an order, we're going to do a bonus giveaway here on the show. Sick says, it just doesn't feel right if it's anything but a dropper. I hear you, man. It's like you get used to it, and that's like the way you feel like it should be. There may be a better way to do it, but I haven't found one yet. And by the way, Jeff, thanks for stopping in on here. I didn't say hi to you yet, too, so glad to see you, brother. And then Daniel says, $9 shipping? Well, I tell you what, we have $5.99 shipping, but you can also choose priority mail, and priority mail I think is $8.50 or $8.99. I've got to double check, but we normally do $5.99 shipping, or if you want anything over $25, you can use code free shipping, and you'll get free shipping from Ferocious. And sometimes it ends up being priority mail anyway. If it's over 15 ounces, I have no choice but to send it priority mail. So if you want me to spend the most on shipping and you get it for free, make sure it's over 15 ounces and choose free shipping. And then the shipping's all on me. So that's. But then again, you don't get to use a code because free shipping is a code. So you have to figure out for yourself what makes the most sense for you. Does it make most sense for you to get free shipping and save $5.99, or if it's over 15 ounces, it'll be realistically about $8.60 to pay for that. Or does it make more sense to get the 15%, 20%, whatever code you have? If you're a veteran, 25%, and you're ordering, a bunch of stuff. If you're ordering $100 worth of stuff, which is not inconceivable these days, and you get that 25% off, I mean, that's you're saving $25. So that's a really great deal. So, in that case, it would make sense to use the 25% off as a veteran, or a law enforcement officer, firefighter, city, state, federal employee, CIA with a beard. 25% off discount all the time at Ferocious. Thanks for your service, guys. Rough day for Mike yesterday. Well, it is a new day tomorrow, and I hope it is better for you, brother. You really need to try Oud to Joy. Yes, you do. You can't wait till Barbara's Retreat to come in. Yes, that actually went out, I believe. Yeah, it did. It went out, so I can't wait for it to come in either. So Joshua says he's still loving fetish oil and butter. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. I really do enjoy that fetish scent. It's a great scent in my opinion. And to me, it was my first really artsy scent, so I really enjoyed making that. Will be free shipping on there tomorrow. Nice. Hey, George just jumped in. What's going on, George? Glad to see you, brother. By the way, I'm taking which week am I taking off? I'm taking not really from Ferocious, but from my day job. I'm taking the week of March 15th through the 19th off, and I'm thinking about going down to maybe see Mad Goat Chris over there in Tomball, Texas. Tomball. I think that's how you pronounce it. So that's not this next week, but it's the week after. So sometime in that week, I'm going to take a road trip down there. So if you guys are anywhere near the Houston Tomball area, Tomball is north of Houston. It's like just north of Houston. But if you guys want to hook up or something, let me know, because I'll be making my way down there one of those days just to say hi and just to catch up. So let me know if you guys are into maybe wanting to meet up for a bit and, I don't know, grab lunch or dinner or something. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But I think that would be cool. Because I know some of you guys are from down in, some of you guys are in Texas and some of you guys are along that path. So 607 says, y'all have a good night, brothers. All right, you too, brother. Well, take care of yourself. Yeah, okay. Oh, it just screws on like the dropper. Really? That's cool. That's good. That's convenient because some of them I've seen, like once you put it on, it's almost like it locks in place and you can't take it off. Your Nicholas Beardworks bottle has a pump too, and it comes off pretty easy. All right. Now, Nicholas Beardworks, now that's the company that puts wax, isn't it? On like they've got like skulls, I think, and they put wax on their bottles. I believe that's the one. Hey, Rod Heights is here. What's going on, brother? Thank you for jumping in over here on Facebook, man. Good to see you. So we are going to be doing some giveaways pretty soon, and I appreciate you jumping in on here. What's the discount code for state employees? Wolf, it's not so much a code, like a specific code, but what you do is if you go to the website, hold on, let me just go there real quick. I want to just be able to navigate to where that is. I'll put the link in here. So if you go to the ferociousbeard.com, you're going to see veteran owned. We appreciate your service. 25% discount on all items. If you click on that, it brings you to a section of our site that I'll post in here called GOVX ID Military Discount. And it's good for active duty military veterans, military spouses and dependents, first responders, including law enforcement, fire, and EMS, and federal, state, and local government employees. So let me post that link directly to where that you can sign up for that discount. And they basically authenticate your service. And once that's the case, you will be able to save 25% all the time. Bearded Uric, what's going on, man? That's awesome. I didn't know about that discount. We'll have to use it next time. Yeah, absolutely. Dude, that is 25% off every single product in the store 100% of the time. Except for, of course, Veterans Day, where usually on Veterans Day, I will boost that to 50%. So, but yeah, I have tremendous amount of respect for our veterans, and that's the least I can do to thank you guys for your service. So, thank you. Oh, decisions. Ode to Joy, Savage, or Sublime. What should I buy next? Well, they're all great scents. I think my personal favorite of the three of those is Sublime. There's something about that. That's the one. If I was on a desert island for a year and I only had a case of beard oil and it was one scent, I personally like the Sublime of the three is my favorite. But that being said, if you like lime coconut, Sublime's the way to go. If you like raspberry and Ode to Joy. Cherry tobacco, Savage. Totally up to you. Yes, 25%, 25 through GovX. Yes. All right, Mike, have a good night, and we'll talk this weekend, brother. Nate, is Chris still doing the August get-together? I believe he is. The last I talked to him, George, which was just less than a week ago, he mentioned that was happening. So, yeah, I think that's a go. Yeah, it's the skull bottle. Cool. And I've seen those bottles around, but the fact that he puts all, the wax on each individual bottle and seals it like that, and I'm sure every one is unique because of how it happens to pour. That's really cool. I like that. Aren't the skulls like 100? I don't know how much the price of those skulls are. I'm not really sure. I mean, I've seen the bottles available just because when I look for bottles to purchase to use, I've seen those skull bottles, but how big are those bottles? Are they 1 ounce or are they 2 ounces? Savage is fire. Yes, it is. It is a great scent. I like that Savage a lot. And of course, we've got that in oil, butter, and balm. So definitely, depending on your preference, get that. Oh, and I know you guys visit the website a lot. But did you guys know that, so we used to have a 2 ounce bottle and I got rid of the 2 ounce bottle, but instead I replaced it with 2 1 ounce bottles. So like if you're on a particular, like let's say Savage, you go to the Savage website, you can buy 1 bottle for $17.99 or you can buy 2 bottles of Savage for $28. And so basically it's kind of like a 2 ounce bottle, except it's 2 1 ounces. And the beauty for me is that I get to save you guys a little money because I'm already making a Savage or whatever I have to make it for that, and I've got the bottles out. But 2, I only need to worry about buying 1 size bottle, and for me it makes a lot of sense because why have 2 separate boxes, one filled with 1 ounce bottles, one filled with 2 ounce bottles? It just makes it easier for me from a business point of view, and you still get your 2 ounces, and you can keep one sealed in the fridge if you want, or you can bring one with you to your summer home or whatever if you've got one. You know what I mean? So I think it just makes sense. Brian says he really likes the Plunder butter. It smells good. Thank you, Brian. I'm really glad you like that too, because I brought that one back just kind of like on a whim, because I really also like that scent a lot too, but it didn't really get much play back when it was on the main lineup. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to bring this one back and see how it goes. And I'm glad that you like it. And Tom Hawk says he thinks they're a 2 ounce bottle. Okay, cool. You think they're 35 for 2 ounce skull bottles, maybe 25, but you got the Emu blend for Father's Day last year and it was $50. Okay, I could see it, special occasion plus the Emu oil makes it, a bit more distinctive and definitely more exotic. So I can see why it would be like that. Hey, I did want to do another quick shout out. So during this past week, I'm going to start like documenting if I do something that I like, if I see something in the community that I think is pretty cool, I'm going to make a note of it and just make a little shout out on here. So I wanted to do a shout out to Grumpy Bearded Men because I was watching an episode 17, Where We've Been and Where We're Going. And the 4 people on there were Brian from Beards and Banjos, Adam from Honyaker Beard Company, Andy, who I don't know. I have not met him personally, but he seems like a nice gentleman. And then Barbado Joe. They had about a 20-minute video on where the beard community is going and where it's been and where it's heading. And I just thought it was an interesting 20 minutes, and I'm glad I watched it. So I would recommend, if you get a chance, take a look at that Grumpy Bearded Men episode 17. See if you get anything out of it. So I think it was pretty cool. 6 says, okay, maybe I saw a special edition or something. Still, they're way too classy for me. Way too classy. Hey, man, I hear you. I'm simple. I like simple, but I like quality. I mean, some things are classy, but if they're too classy, it's too classy for me. And so I think I know what you're saying. I like simple, but it's got to be quality, Like cheeseburgers. Love cheeseburgers, but it's got to be a great cheeseburger. It can't be, I guess it could be a Walmart frozen patty because they actually taste pretty good. But it's got to, you got to have a nice bun. You got to have maybe some tomato lettuce, slice of onion, maybe some bacon, pepper jack cheese, something like that. I like simple but classic. Simple but quality. You gotta hold your pinky out when you push the pump top. Yeah, something like that. Yeah. That would be... I can see people doing that. Some people. By the way, I got a request to... I got an email. So anytime if you're a company, you get kind of all sorts of emails from all over the world sometimes in this case. And I got an email from GQ Britain, and they wanted to know if I was interested in being in their summer edition, like a insert, I guess, that goes out with the GQ Britain magazine, which sounds like a pretty cool place to be, except I don't ship to England anymore because of this whole VAT, the Brexit thing. Ever since Brexit, they want the what is it called? HM something, Her Majesty's like postal service. Basically, it's the postal service over there, and it's run by the government, of course, but they make the onus on collecting the extra taxes that the British pay, not on the person who receives it like they used to. It used to be like if I ship something to England, sorry they would have to get this, but they get a tax bill from the postal service saying, I can give you this package, but you have to pay whatever it is, 20% tax or something on it, which stinks, but they, they're the collectors of it, and they end up, or once they get it, they give the person the package. They can refuse the package, and then it gets sent back to me. But now, ever since Brexit, which happened January 1st, England has put the onus on each individual company, wherever you are in the world. So, in other words, Ferocious, I'm in Texas, so they make it the responsibility of me to collect VAT taxes for packages I'm sending over there to England. Like, sorry, but no, I'm not going to do that. I don't have time for that. I mean, who has time as a small business to collect tax on every single order you send to England? It doesn't make any sense at all. And not only that, but who's going to enforce it? Like, are they going to send the British police over here to arrest me if I don't collect tax? So it's just not worth it. So, Donnie, Royal Mail, I only know from buying Caulkhead's Beard Company. Yeah, I mean, it's like sometimes I used to be able to ship probably like 40% of the products I would ship over to Europe. They wouldn't ever get tax collected. And that's cool because, we use certain codes, which they use a number, and that number equates to like, oils are one number, soaps are another number, washes or like shampoo style products are another number, and you put that code on the parcel, and they look at that number and they're like, okay, this is how much we tax based on whatever the product code is. And sometimes if it was under a certain amount, they would never even tax it. But to all of a sudden just place that burden on every single company that ships something from the U.S. it's just, I feel, is outrageous. And unfortunately, it's the UK customer that misses out because there's a lot of companies that feel like that, So, and there's something different about like UK beard oil. If you guys have ever gotten beard oil from the UK, in general, the scents I've ever received from companies in the UK, they're not quite as bright smelling, if that makes any sense. Like here, the scents we use in the US, a lot of companies, they're very either super fruity or they're super tobacco-y or they're super, whatever. I mean, like even fragrance, they're the strong scent. But everything I've gotten from there has kind of had just kind of like a duller scent, if that makes sense. It's not quite as like sharp. Like, how there's like sharp cheddar and there's mild cheddar. Well, from thinking about it from that perspective, the oils I've ever received from companies in the UK have always had more of a mild scent to it than a sharp scent, if that makes sense. So, make deer burgers and tots for dinner. There you go. Yes. Tater tots. Wolf says deer is about all he eats. Something? I don't believe I've ever tried deer meat, to be honest with you. I have had opportunities to, and I've always said at the last minute, no, I'm just going to get the cheeseburger or whatever. I don't know why. I don't know why. I want to try it sometime, but I have not tried deer meat yet. So, you eat a lot. Logan eats a lot. Uses for chili, tacos, spaghetti. Okay, interesting. Now I might have had deer jerky though. Now that I think about it, I might have had deer jerky based on some, but years ago, like when I first came to Texas, we were driving around somewhere. We're probably going to like Austin or San Antonio or something, and there was one shop off of I think 45, which is the highway. That I think there was a shop, and it was mostly jerky there, so I think we went there. You've never had beard oil from the UK? It's been like literally a few years since I've had it. In fact, the company I would get it from, he's gone out of business. But I just haven't, ever since then, I haven't gotten any more. But I have tried a couple of different bottles from different companies. But like I said, it's been a couple of years now. Healthy Bearded just jumped in. There he is. What's up, brother? Thanks for jumping in. We're talking about, well, deer jerky right now. Deer meat, stuff like that. Definitely agree. Very mild and almost sticky, in your opinion. Yeah, it's just different, and I don't know exactly why. Like, I don't know what is the thing that's. I mean, it just seems odd. Like it would be from a whole. I mean, I can't imagine every single company over there is doing it the same way, but just the ones I've happened to try, it's just a little different. Oh, there you go. Tots and queso. Yeah, I mean, sick. I'm like 50 in June, and I'm the same way. You know, I like simple chocolate milk. I mean, I do like regular milk too, but 2%. But I like basic stuff. Tater tots, great stuff. Someone blocked J. Cruz. Well, why we want to block J. Cruz? Logan says he has a here he is. Deep freezer full because you and your family all hunt. Nice. Yeah. Oh yeah. We will not be bullying. Now where's my? I do. Wait. I have a banner for that. This is a drama-free zone. It really is a drama-free zone. So, don't tempt me. I've been curious about what happens if I Not that I will, unless you guys say something really crazy. But you can put someone in timeout and block a user. I've never tried that before. So, Tomahawks, yeah, why do you let that cyberbully in the chat in your live stream? Uh-oh. Well, they say if you hear more than one report, it's an actual thing. So, we'll see how it goes. I was gonna say... I wanted to also do another shout out to Beard Mob, who is doing Beard Mob 4 this weekend in Monroe, Louisiana. I have been to Beard Mob 2, actually, and also in Monroe. And I do wish you guys the best. I wish I was there this weekend. I just could not get away. But that's another great group. You got Beard On. I tell you guys, I always say this. The two favorite groups I know about that I'm a member of on Facebook groups are Beard On and Beard Mob. Both of them. Different groups of people. Although there is some people are in both, but they're both just great groups. And if you want to meet up with some people or get to know some other people, with similar interests or even varied interests, and just want to just kind of, get to know a couple of people that you don't know already, definitely recommend both of those groups. So, all right. So, what else did I want to mention? Did you guys hear that? You guys might not have heard about this. This is something totally not beard related. This is just crazy. So in Dallas this week, there was a cop that was charged with hiring a hitman to kill 2 people. Crazy. Like, you can't make this up. I'm like, he's been a cop for like 13 years, and he was arrested Thursday. That's why I'm mentioning it now. So it was yesterday he was arrested. Suspected of hiring a hitman to kill 2 people, and a man and a woman, who were both killed. And Dallas recently got a new police chief, and they interviewed the former police chief, who said that she suspected that this cop might have been involved, but they kept him on the police force because they didn't have enough evidence and didn't want to make him suspicious. And I'm like, are you serious? This guy's a cop pulling people over, and you're going to let him stay on the force just because you can't necessarily prove it yet? That just doesn't make any sense to me. But I just heard that. I'm like, holy moly, man. That's just really crazy. But he's arrested now. 3 other people were arrested back when these murders did occur, I guess back in 2017. And I guess one of the 3, just in 2019, mentioned that, oh, by the way, this officer, Brian Reiser, had hired him to do this. And I'm like, it just doesn't make any sense to me. That's crazy. I was like, I can't imagine. Bald says, that sounds like another Dan C. murder story. I started watching that video where he had the stories. I watched the one where he was hired by a company that was originally going to sue him, but I didn't. I for whatever reason, I think I just didn't have time to watch the others. But I'll have to go back and check that out. But yeah, so crazy. All right, so why don't we do this? Why don't we do the giveaway for the $50 gift card for the orders that were placed on the mobile app? So let me. I got to do a little prep here, and I will kind of show you what I'm doing. So on my screen, yeah, it is absolutely chilling. Like, apparently one guy was arrested. No, like, in other words, the police officer who was about to have this guy murdered pulled the guy over, put him in his car, arrested him, put his handcuffs in, brought him over to some place where he was killed. And I'm like, can you imagine being arrested thinking the worst thing that's going to happen is you're going to go to jail, and then find out you're not? That's not the worst thing that's going to happen. I can't. I just got done watching Breaking Bad too, so I can imagine in my head what's happening during these scenarios. But I could just assume everyone in Texas is packing. It's a perpetual shootout. It's you would think that. You would think that would be right of you to think that. I thought maybe it might be like that too, but there is probably more gun violence than, say, even on a percentage basis than Rhode Island. But yeah, I mean, you assume people are, armed. I assume they probably are. I know when we're driving, the assumption is, don't mess with someone while you're driving. Like, don't be like, if someone ticks you off, in other words, don't try to start a fight with them or get in a road rage, because yeah, they probably are packing. So so let me see. I'm going to share this screen real quick first. This one, no, wait, yeah, I guess that one. It's a very simple spreadsheet, and these are the numbers that I'm going to be plugging in. These numbers here are all the different order numbers that came in on the mobile app in the month of February. So while I'm showing you that, I'm also going to open up spin the wheel, pickerwheel.com. That's the website name. And I'm going to take these numbers and plug them in. I'm going to copy them. All right, they're in the memory there. Now I'm going to share my other screen. Okay, share screen, application, Chrome tab, share audio, and boom. All right, and then I'm going to, I think I can paste them in. Yeah, view add list. Here we go. Delete these. Oh. All right, so I just pasted those in. So those are all the order numbers that were placed. Okay. Why is this like that? Is this stupid ad? Here we go. Hold on, I gotta see why it is. I can't scroll down. Oh, here we go. Add list. And then I got to delete 1 through 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That should leave. Yep. We're left with all these numbers here. So these are the order numbers. And we're going to, I'm going to spin this here, and whatever order number comes up, I will take a look after to see who placed that order, and they're going to win a $50 gift card to Ferocious. So 3, 2, 1. $41.47. All right, so let's see. $41.47. Just so you guys know, that is Smelly Turtle is the winner of that $50 gift card. So I will send that off to him tonight. So he wins a $50 gift card. Let me make a note of that. That's for placing an order on the mobile app. That's all he did was that's all he had to do to enter was place an order on the mobile app. So let me just document that real quick. All right, so I will get that to him later this evening. So that's awesome. And that's started up again on March 1st. So anybody who places an order on the app between the 1st of March and the 31st of March, you'll be entered into next month's giveaway for $50 gift card. So that's how we roll. I figured that would be a kind of a cool way to get people to start using the app more, and I think it is. I think it's working. So that's awesome. And let's see how many people have actually downloaded the app. I'm curious. Okay, this will tell me. Vado says he even gets prioritized on the app. Let's see, stats. All right, we are currently locked in at 660 people who have downloaded the mobile app. And here's an interesting statistic. Of that 660 people, 252 have downloaded it on the iPhone. 408 have downloaded on the Android. So that's just it. I just find that interesting. It seems like more people are using the Android phones than the iPhones. So let me see. Let me just finish that. So if you guys haven't downloaded the app yet, definitely right there, download it on our website, or you can go to the App Store, either the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store, and search for Ferocious Beard Company. So yes, you did place 2 orders on March 4th on the app. Let's see. Let's validate that. Okay. I wish this would show the date. It doesn't show the date, but that's okay. I can do. So, yeah. You did. Yesterday. What am I talking about? I'm thinking about February. You did. Never mind. Definitely. Yeah, I saw those. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to combine your 2 orders into one. And I'm going to refund one of your shippings if you didn't pay for shipping. Or if you pay for shipping on both, I'm going to refund one of your shippings, Ryan. So thank you. Yeah, that was just yesterday, and I saw that. I'm like, wow. I said, did he do that to did he forget something, or did he want to get an extra chance to be in that giveaway? But no matter how or what, I'll ship it into the same package, and I'll refund one of your shippings. So, all right, let's see. Ferocious Friday. You can't go wrong. I'm not surprised for using Android. Yeah, I used to. My first phone was a cheap Android. I mean, it was super sluggish. But I had an iPod at the time, so I downloaded this thing that made it look and feel kind of like my iPod did. But then eventually I just broke down and got the iPhone just because I had all these apps for my iPod that I could then use on my iPhone. So that was really the reason I did that. So, but yeah. Well, all right, we know the giveaway for that. So, Smelly Turtle won that one. But let's do for you guys, let's do a giveaway here because, I mean, it is now 9 o'clock and it's been a while. So let's do that. All right, and so we've got 18 people here. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up that page again, and I'm just going to refresh it. That way I can get... Oh, I can't... That's weird. It's like it keeps all those numbers, so I just have to clear those numbers out real quick. And since there's 17 people here, we will do a... Let's see, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll do like 1 through... There's 18 people, so 1 through 9. All right, so that queues up. Here's the 1 through 9 that we added. So here they are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And what we'll do is we'll pick a number between 1 and 9. Don't go yet, but when you see the ready, set, go at that point, then type in one number, please, between 1 and 9. And if you're the first person to feed into my StreamYard here, you will be the winner of a $25 gift card. So let's see if everybody is ready to go. Looks like we are. So here we go, guys. Get ready. Get set. Go. One number, please, and one number only between 1 and 9. All right. Yes. Only enter once and don't cry if you don't cry if you get prioritized. You will get prioritized. Everyone gets prioritized. I believe. All right. Hey, Amrit, what's up? We just did the $50 mobile app giveaway. And Smelly Turtle won that one, actually. So every single time somebody places an order on the mobile app, they're eligible to win. Or you can send a letter to me at our P.O. box saying that you want to enter. That's the free way to enter. And the first Friday of each month, I'll announce the winner. All right, so let's do the little countdown here and see who's going to win. Swaysana says he's going to give that extra combo to a buddy. Awesome. I tell you what, it's funny because, all right, everyone stop. Every single time, not every single time, but sometimes at the end of the week, it's almost like a mystery. Like I'll place certain orders on behalf of other people, like the gift cards and stuff, and then other times people will give a gift away to somebody else, and it just gets a little confusing sometimes. All right, let's spin the dial here and see who is going to win this giveaway. Let me just type in stop. And here we go. Number 6. Number 6. You are the winner, number 6. Let's see who you are. All right, and it looks to me like Cindy. What's up, Cindy? Thanks for jumping in. I hadn't seen you earlier. So you are the winner, number 6. So you get a $25 gift card to Ferocious. So congratulations, and thanks to everybody else for participating on that one. Perfect. So that's cool. Came in just in the right time. All right, let's remove that. What else is happening? I think I said pretty much everything. Oh, I did mention you get a free bottle of double bourbon with every $40 purchase this weekend. So there's that if you like double bourbon. And there were any other comments. Ryan says, don't worry about refunding anything. It's all good. Oh, thanks, Ryan. I appreciate that. But if I do end up shipping it in one package, though, anyway, I certainly will, because there's no sense in me keeping your postage if you're not paying for it. You know what I mean? So now, if I shipped it out in 2 different ways and you said that, I'm like, okay, cool. But I'm sure if you paid for shipping and I only use one payment, one, if I only print one, there's no reason I should keep your shipping money. So, but I'll check that out after. So, yes, Tiki, no crying. So Isana says, you've been in and out. Hope everyone's doing well. Yeah, me too. I hope you guys are all doing well. Oh, Sydney says she's been listening silently for some time. Cool. It is. It's a good show tonight. It's always a good show. You guys always make this such a great show. So, what is the scent profile of Fetish? So, Joey, what's up, Joey? So, it's basically like I'll tell you what the scent profile is after I describe what I was going for. I was going for when you go into like an 80s or a 90s dance club or a bar, more like a dance club, I guess. And, people are drinking, people are smoking. Men and women are all like decked out with all their colognes and perfumes and stuff. And when you walk out at 2 a.m. from that smoky atmosphere and the fresh air hits your nose for the first time, you're clearing out that smoky smell, but you've got that sweet, smoky, just scent. The scent's changing to make it more fresh, and it's that right at that moment when it's converting to more fresh air from the smoky air. That's kind of like what I was going for, and so that's with a goal. You know what I mean? And so what the scent profile, I'm going to just put up here on the site. Whoops. There we go. I put 80s club scent of leather, smoke, clove, and embers. And that's exactly what it is. We use cedar leather. I use Texas cedarwood for that smoky smell. I use clove. And I use a fragrance oil called Fireplace Embers. And so it's kind of like a clove, sweet, smoky leather smell. It's pretty wild. I mean, it smells really good, actually, I think. So, and it is literally, if I go to the website and I go to beard oils and I search, like, if I sort by most best-selling is what it is the number 1 bestseller for oils. Fetish, then Savage, then Havana Getaway. So I think you would probably like it. Like Studio 54. Like, imagine if Studio 54. What's up, 8-Bit? Thanks for jumping in. Yeah, if you like, I've never been to Studio 54. That place looks like it would be awesome to go if it were open still. But yeah, like, imagine what Studio 54 must smell like. That's what I was going for. So that's exactly that idea in my head. So yeah. Amrit, 8-Bit, hope the Nintendo deal coming along well. I love the name 8-Bit. I think that's like a really amazing name. There's so much you can do. And I saw one of your ads where it was literally like 8-bit characters, and then it morphed into the full-blown clear characters. And I just thought that was really cool. So Joshua says, yeah, Fetish is phenomenal, bro. Yeah, thank you, Joshua. Appreciate that, man. You've got the wash, conditioner, oil, and butter. Yes, yeah, because you got it back when I had a special release of Fetish beard wash, and yeah, it was really that was cool. And Tiki has a good video on it too. 8-Bit says, you think you have Fetish good stuff. Oh, thank you. Yerk, I figured out the oil. It's strong from the bottle, but you would think it would mellow out over time. You might like it if you like pipe smoke, but it's not really a pipe smoke so much as it's the smoky scent is from the cedar wood, so it's more of a Texas cedar wood smoky smell. But I think when you mix it with that fireplace embers, that's kind of like a sweet, syrupy, not syrupy, but like a sweet, almost a cologne. But I was trying to go for like the leather and the clove, because clove cigarettes used to be popular back in like the 90s, and I used to go to like a couple of clubs in Providence, Rhode Island. One was called Club Hell, and one was called Jerky's, actually. But the place you hang out when you're like 23, 24, 25, actually 24 and more, because I was in the Air Force from 18 to 22 and a half. I went back to Providence, and for 4 years, that was like my stomping ground, and that was what I was trying to go for. But Studio 54 in New York is the closest thing that I think most people can imagine that was similar to that. I say 8-bit. He ain't no 2-bit. Yes. Thanks. You do all your own stunts. Nice. That's A. Did you guys see that video I made, which is not just Ferocious, but it represents a lot of us in the small business where you are everything. You're the customer service. You're the person making the products. You're the person building the website, taking pictures, social media. And so that little 15-second video I made, like meet the Ferocious Beard Company crew, and it's true for everybody. I'm sure 8-bit's the same way. I'm sure that every single company that's a small business where you're just starting and you are one person making everything, doing stunts, it applies to everybody. So I hope you guys see that video and feel free to mimic it, because I copied it from somebody else and I think it's funny and it's true. Sean is hitting the nostalgia hard. Yeah, that seems like that's the way people like that kind of stuff. I've been observing from afar a couple of different companies doing things that, and nothing wrong with that at all. I'm envious. I'm like, man, why didn't I think of that? Some great ideas out there. Donnie says he needs to try the butters. You really like the orange cream pop and Savage Oil. I think, Donnie, the butters, a lot of people are buying butters now instead of balms too, because they want some hold, but they don't want the beeswax, I guess. They don't want to be super, super tight. And that butter is really great for conditioning at night too. And it also gives you a little bit of hold during the day. So, here's a question. I mixed some fragrance oil with a carrier blend, but you notice the fragrance oil is separated from the carrier blend. What is the cause and how to fix that? So, Amrit, that's just interesting. I think it depends on what carrier oils you were using and what fragrance oils were you using. Because when I make, like, let's say, if I take an empty bottle, not empty, but if I take a bottle that just has carrier oils and I start adding the drops to it, like let's say coffee. Coffee's a really good one because you can really see it when it comes. I'll make a video of that one going in. When you drop that coffee into the carrier oils, it stays as a bead all the way down to the bottom of the bottle. And then over time, it starts to open up and separate. But usually by the time I'm done making that, I'll just shake it up and put it on the shelf and then get it ready to ship. But as far as separating after you've made it, I'm not sure. Do you mind getting with me? You can say it if you want to here, but I'm curious about that. I have not seen that happen. Now, that being said, I don't know that I've really looked for that after, and because usually since I make things fairly on demand, I have like 3 or 4 of some scents. I've got 1 of other scents. I have 0 of other scents that I just need to make when orders come in. But I will see if I notice that myself on any of ours, and then I'll let you know what I can find out. But generally what that really means is that the oils and the fragrance oils have different weights. So you might be seeing when a company makes a fragrance oil, there's different ways that they make it, and they may be using specific oils plus the fragrance to hold that fragrance, like the oils in their fragrance to hold their smell. And what might be happening is the oils that they're using are separating, kind of like oil and vinegar separate. And that's what you might be seeing there. Joey says he's on a smoky scent profile kick right now. Yeah, I speaking of which, I have Campfire now, and I'm going to add that this weekend to a collaboration corner scent and get that shipped out, because I've been meaning to do that for a while. So I'll be doing that. But Campfire is another scent for smoky. Oh, you do have Fetish. It's fantastic. Smell it again. That and Savage and Havana Getaway. All three of those are just, those are like the top selling scents, you know? So yeah, I mean, that's literally in a row. Fetish, Savage, Havana Getaway, the top 3 selling. Then the next one, Orange Cream Pop. But now, let me see. Now, if I go to the Beard Bombs, though, now, let's see if... No, let me do Butters, because that's more popular. If I check the Butters best-selling, first one, Blackberry Tobacco is the best-selling butter at the moment, followed by Savage, which is the cherry tobacco and cedarwood leather. And then the third most popular is Oud to Joy, which is the birchwood oud and the raspberry scent. So, oh, here we go. Let's see. Sweet almond, castor, coconut. All right, so now the coconut is a fragrance oil. Drops of frankincense, that may be essential oil. Lavender is definitely essential oil. So to me, if I were to guess, I would say I have two things to say about this. The first thing is, are you sure it's the fragrance oil that's separating and not the castor oil separating from the sweet almond oil? That may be, because the castor is much heavier oil than sweet almond. So I don't know what your ratio is, and you don't have to tell me here if you don't want to. But if I would imagine if your ratio was 50-50, that the castor might sink to the bottom where the sweet almond would rise to the top. I'm also thinking that just my recommendation, if it is a 50-50 between that, I would use a lot less castor than sweet almond. I would use sweet almond as your primary, like 80%, maybe 85% sweet almond, and then 15 to 20% castor. Because you don't get much benefit on the castor over about 15% anyway. So no sense in using all that castor. And then the coconut, if it's just a little bit on the top, then maybe it is the coconut. I don't know. I'm really curious about that. By the way, you're not trying to make your own company, you're just trying to make a scent for yourself. Oh no, that's cool. Yeah, I encourage you guys to try things out, because for one, you will save money if you figure out what works for you for a beard oil, and then you can make your own. I think that's pretty good. That's why, like, if you guys do a create your own scent at Ferocious, I'll always put on the bottle, and then I'll also save the information of how many drops I use for each of the fragrance or essential oils that I put in your bottle. Because that way, if you guys want to try to recreate it at home, you already know what kind of carrier oils I use. And if you wanted to go out and buy, fragrance oil somewhere, probably online, or if you want to go to like a natural store and buy some essential oils, you'll know how many drops I used in your create your own. So you could make like, as much as you wanted going forward, and never have to come back and buy it from me, although I do enjoy your purchases and stuff. But I think, I want you guys to be aware of what I'm putting in there, so that way you'll know too how many drops you've got of each thing. Yes, so the beta collab, exactly. That's the Oud to Joy. Smelly Turtle is here, brother. You have arrived, so you haven't heard the latest. So should we tell him, or should we just have him watch the replay? So Lavender can be fragrance and not essential. That's true. It can be. You're right. They can. In fact, I have an orange fragrance oil, which smells exactly like the orange essential oil. I have both. I have the essential oil and the fragrance oil. But for some cases, I use the fragrance oil because it lasts longer. So. 8-Bit says, yeah, I'm guessing that is also Nate. The caster's not sitting well. All right. You don't know the ratio. I sort of eyeballed it, but I'm thinking now it makes sense. The caster sank to the bottom. So, to that point, Amrit, when I first started adding castor oil to my products, what I do, whether it's oils, balms, or butters, is I always make unscented ones first. So that way, if someone places an order, I'll grab an unscented bottle, and I might grab like 2 or 3 of them and make the same scent when someone places an order. So that way, the next couple of orders that come in, they'll be ready to go. But when I first made my ratio, I've got this big, kind of like what Fable has, but mine's manual and his is a pneumatic. Whereas you pour a whole bunch of carrier oils into the top of it, stir it up, and then this little handle that you pump, and it pumps out 1 ounce at a time. So I just grab my bottles, pump 1 ounce, next one, pump 1 ounce, and so forth until I'm empty. Then I've got all those bottles I just seal up, and then when somebody places an order, I'll grab a couple and make them. Well, when I first came out with the carrier oils where I had castor, I realized pretty quickly after I started making some that I used way too much castor. So I took all those bottles that I just pumped in, poured them back in, and then I added additional carrier oils other than castor. So now my ratio is not what it used to be. It used to be the old formula. It used to be like 25% of each, but I don't use that ratio anymore. So I think because I knew I could just tell and smell, the castor has a smell, so I made way too much. So anyhow, yeah. Got to be careful with castor because first of all, too much of it, and it really is too thick, I think. And 2, it smells like castor if you use too much castor. And 3, it doesn't do you any good because too much castor is too much. Yeah, so the big secret is out. You made purchases off the app, and your order number was selected, so you won the $50 gift card for February. So congratulations. Yes. When will the Sublime soap be back in stock? So the soap, Joey, we're kind of taking a break from the soaps at the moment for a few reasons. One is the soaps didn't really sell as quickly as I wish, but the only, which is fine, they can, just like certain products, they can sit there. Soap has a long shelf life, but the problem is soap shrinks the more it sits on the shelf. It shrinks and gets smaller because it's evaporating moisture. And it takes a long time to make soap. Well, it takes the day to make it, but then you're letting it sit there for 30 days at least before it's ready to use. And they just weren't selling that quickly, and they take up a lot of space too. So Barb and I decided that we were going to take a break from selling soaps. And plus they were heavy, so when you ship them, almost always people would get like 3 bars, and it would be priority mail. And lastly, a single bar of soap was like, $7. So you end up spending a lot on shipping, and they really weren't that profitable just because of the fact that people weren't buying them as quickly as I wish they would. So they're kind of on hiatus right now. Nate, you should do an Instagram giveaway and have all of us do some sharing and tagging and put some sort of ferocious spin on it. Tiki, that's a great idea. The only thing is I know when I first started out doing giveaways, I used Instagram a lot for giveaways, and I'm trying to find a good app to pick an Instagram winner. The one I used to use is now it's full of bugs and stuff, and it can't find the post, and I would hate to have a giveaway and then when it's come times to pick the winner, it doesn't work. So I need to like do some. First, I need to get a good app that's going to work for picking an Instagram winner, and two, I need to make sure it actually works. Like I'll do a test run a couple of times before I actually use it. But I agree. I mean, people love giveaways, and I think it would be nice to get a couple of more subscribers on Instagram and maybe over here as well. If you guys know of any things that work really well for Instagram that don't not find your post and don't not find a winner, but yeah, there's some definitely good opportunities with that, Tiki. Power soap is some of the best stuff on earth. Thank you. I really thank you for that, Tiki. I like the soaps a lot. I like personally using them too. It's just, this is a smaller house than my other house, and space is hard to find. Where it's going to be, a place that I can put it where it's not going to get, not going to have. I can't put it in the garage. I could put it in the fridge, but I use that fridge. It's a full-size fridge, and I have butters and mostly butters in there now, unscented. And I don't know that I'd have room for soaps. Tiki, IGDM. Let me see. Let me make my note here. Oh, so that's. Oh, I'm sorry. You're just DMing in IG. Right. Just checking Shopify. All right. And it is 9:30. Let me see. So what have you guys been up to anyway? You guys been busy this week? You guys been slow? What's up? You guys have kids out of school the next couple of weeks? I know not next week, but the week after my kids are out of school, so I'll be taking that week off. That's where I'm going to try to head down south, down towards Houston, and meet up with Chris over there at Mad Goat. Go into his shop. Looks like a really cool place, so I think that would be cool to stop by to see him and see what's going on. Cindy, you're going on vacation? Can't wait. Are you going anywhere, or are you staying kind of like a staycation? That's the other thing we were talking about. It's like, airfare. I've checked airfare, and it's pretty cheap for the most part. Like I've seen a fare as low as like $50. Actually, I saw one $29 from Love Field to Tulsa, Oklahoma. If you ever want to get up to Tulsa, $29 one way. I'm like, that is like super cheap. But the thing is, like once you get somewhere, depending on the state, some states you have to quarantine, other states you don't. Florida you don't, Texas you don't, Louisiana you don't. A couple other places like Georgia, I don't think you don't. But there's a lot of states that you do. And so you guys are. Oh, look at that! You're going to Florida. I got airline tickets from Michigan to Florida for family of 4 for $250. See, that is amazing. That's awesome. Well, I hope you have a really good time. My youngest has never been on an airplane. I took my oldest back when she was 3 or 4. 4, I think. I took her down to San Antonio. And it was like it took longer to drive to Love Field, go through security, put our luggage in there, than it did to fly there. Because it was only like a 45-minute flight. But I'm so psyched. That is for you. That is awesome. Daniel says he's been swamped with work. Yeah, work's been kind of busy for me too. Day job has been pretty busy with just some different processes we're doing, which makes the day go by fast. Andre's been offshore on a drilling rig since the 15th of February. Wow. Where offshore are you, Andre? I've seen pictures and videos of things like that, but that just seems really, that's fascinating to me. That it's almost like a small city, I'm imagining, whereas everything you need is right there. Well, where are you at? Oh, this is your kid's first time flying. They are 4 and a 7. It will be fun. Oh, that is so cool. Are you going to let them have the window seat so they can look out the window? I let my oldest, she had the window seat, and she really enjoyed that. But the thing is, like she doesn't really remember the flight now anymore, because they say, as they get older, they forget certain things. Like, she remembers certain things we did on the trip, but she doesn't remember the actual flying part. But then you have to pay $100 for a COVID-19 test. You have to pay for a test? Are you serious? I've been waiting. Wow, I thought testing was free. Or unless you go travel, maybe, and you have to. That could. Hey, look at that. The order. We did just get an order. So that means we're going to do. Look at that, Bearded Joey Hookem. Thanks to you, we're going to do a bonus giveaway, Joey. So we'll do that just in a minute or so. Thank you for your order, though, sir. And you're eligible now to be entered into the giveaway for next month for the $50. Yeah, I have to keep them contained in the row. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's you're right. I mean, I did it for. I was like, oh well, let my daughter sit in the window seat because I've seen what it looks like and I thought it would be cool. But you're right, though. That is also really the important reason for that. So you're out in the Gulf about 200 miles south of Houma, Louisiana. All right, let me Google. Let's see. Houma, Louisiana. Whew. Wow, that looks pretty far. Let's see. Stop screen. Share. Chrome tab. So you're like, I guess you must be like way out about here or something. I guess maybe somewhere about, maybe like there. So that's all you see right there. It's just, that's your view, huh? Can you, do you ever see like airplanes and stuff flying over, or like military jets or stuff like that out there? Yeah, definitely from Hawaii or going to Hawaii. Yeah, Hawaii. I would love to go back to Hawaii, but they have like a 14-day quarantine. So no matter what, as soon as you get there, you have to go to your hotel and stay there. So, I mean, you can go, but you have to stay at the hotel. So you can't go out anywhere. Or I think they fine you, actually. Hey, Joey, so yeah, I'll definitely add castor, because what we do now is we actually... so many people like having castor oil that now all the default beard oils, I got rid of the grapeseed oil and I added castor and sunflower oil instead. So it will definitely have castor, brother. So Cindy wanted to go to Hawaii, but when you looked at the islands, they were closed. Yeah, I looked today. They're on CNN. They have a page that lists out like state by state what the requirements are, and that was one that was closed. Let's see. Nope, not out here. Might see a cruise ship every now and then, but that's about it. The one time I ever went on a cruise was a Disney cruise back, 7, 8 years ago now. And I do remember being out there and seeing some of those oil rigs and thinking, wow, that's just really interesting to see those out there in like what feels like the middle of nowhere. So that's really, how do you get there? Do you like fly out on a helicopter, or do they? I'd imagine, or do they don't boat you out, right? You will be arrested in violation. Spend 14 nights in jail, then go back home. Don't even get to stop at the ABC store. All right. Well, hey, let us do a bonus giveaway. Thank you, Joey. So let's get going here. All right. So this is going to be for a $10 gift card to Ferocious. Let me bring up the screen. Share screen, Chrome tab. Okay, so let's see. We have got 18 people here. So what do we got going here? 9. So that's good. We'll use that as our criteria. So when you see the word go, I'd like you to type in one number, please. One number only, between 1 and 9. And whatever feeds in here first to me, you will win a $10 gift card to Ferocious. So here we go, guys. All right. Let's see the numbers start popping in. Helicopter out far like this. If it's a shelf rig right off the coast, we'll go by boat. Okay. That's pretty cool. That's really cool, actually. I've never been in a helicopter. I've been in tons of small planes, and like I used to fly a little Piper Tomahawk, but helicopter. That's pretty cool. It must be weird, like hovering over something. That's like, I don't mind moving, but I do have a fear of heights, so I think I wouldn't like hovering over one point, looking down and not really moving, because I'd be like, I don't know, it just freaks me out. All right, here come the numbers, and let's get this countdown going. All right, everybody stop. Okay, so let's see. I'll bring this number picker up. Yeah, I guess that's right? And then let's get ready to spin this thing and see who is the winner of the $10 gift card. Number 6. Number 6. Let's see who was number 6 first. 3 1 9 3 5 4 1 4 1 5 7 6. Bearded Wolf. You are the winner, sir. So you get yourself a $10 gift card to Ferocious, and I will send that out. I'll try to get this out tonight to all 3 of you guys that have won tonight, but otherwise this should be this weekend they'll go out. So congratulations, and thanks to everybody else for participating. And Joey, thanks to you for that bonus giveaway, man. Appreciate that really a lot. All right. I think that number picker's working out pretty well. It seems to be a little bit more varied numbers than the other thing I was using. 2 hours to get where you're at in a helicopter. Okay. So when I used to fly my Piper Tomahawk, that thing, I always basically said it would take whatever it takes to drive. It would take about half the time, because it flies pretty much, you're flying in a straight line for the most part. And that thing would probably fly about like 103 knots, which is about the normal top speed of that thing. And so the only time that ever was different is it used to take us from Rhode Island. It would take us sometimes it would take us 6 hours to drive to Burlington, Vermont, because the roads were windy. But with the plane, you're flying in a straight line, and it was like an hour and a half. It was the only thing. It's the only flight I ever took that was like a lot less than half the time. Let's see. Most is open, but this is for Hawaii. Most is open, but get tested first. Then you do have to quarantine. Okay. So when are you coming back off of that oil rig? Like, how long are you out there before they bring you back? Thanks. You'll look into the islands. Yeah, I mean, there's certain places out there that would be nice to be. Hold on, let me see what it's called. Maui Cliff's Edge, I think is what it's called. Yes. I want to send you guys a link. Yes. I'm going to post this link here because this is where my wife and I, when we got married in Hawaii, and we got married in Oahu, and we took our honeymoon in Maui. So I'm going to post this link. And if you ever do go to Hawaii, and even if you are quarantined, this is in Maui. This is the place to be. Whenever you get a chance. It's called Cliff's Edge Oceanfront Estate. And it was just awesome. That was way back in 2002. Oh, look at that. You have a few rigs that are working in Trinidad. Oh, that sounds cool too. Petrotren used to drill out in Trinidad, but I think they outsourced the work. Yeah, so I'll be kind of figuring out, do I want to go somewhere or not? But man, that's such a great place. I was looking at Florida too, but like I know like my wife wants to take the kids to Universal sometime. The last time we went to Disney, like I swear the kids had really no interest because we were in line for 2 or 3 hours for these rides, and they were just like, we just want to go back to the hotel and swim, and they loved it at the hotel. So next time I think we'll just go back to the hotel. So okay, you'll be back on the 15th of March. With COVID, most rigs are doing month hitches. Okay, got you. All right, man. Well, that's just 10 days away, and I hope you enjoy your time back stateside, landside. They have found a good, but in Guyana, you work out in the Gulf mostly. That's Andre. That's the Gulf of Texas, right? As we like to sometimes say, the Gulf of Mexico, the Gulf of Texas. Just kind of catch them up on some of these comments here. All right. Guyana is about to drain all the island oil. You know, it's funny though, the Gulf of Mexico, yeah, that's the one, right? So like, I mean, every time if I go down to Galveston, and you go into the water in Galveston, first of all, the beaches there are not very sandy. They're very rocky, actually. But I can almost guarantee you, when you step out of the water, you will have oil stains on your feet, in little spots of oil stains. There's so much oil in the Gulf of Mexico. Cindy's going to bed. All right. Sweet dreams. Have a good evening. Thanks for stopping in over here. And congratulations again. And I found, you know, the further you head towards Florida, the water gets clearer and clearer, you know. Gets really, like around the Gulf shores of Alabama is when it starts to really get clearer. And then you get into Florida, and it's night and day difference between Galveston and Florida, for example. But, you know, I mean, for us, the closest beachfront is Galveston. But I will say, I think that if you guys are in the Texas area and want to find another nice beach, here's one I'll recommend. If you go down to Corpus Christi and then you head, there's a bridge called the John F. Kennedy Memorial Causeway. If you go into that bridge and go onto the islands there, Mustang Island is just really, really pretty. Went out there a couple of years ago with a family, and it's not very built up, which is nice. It's great. I'm surprised it's not, but it's just beautiful. You've got these sand dunes, and you know the water there is just, it's not blue, but it's just beautiful. Crazy how the ocean has boundaries. You ever seen that? Like water does not mix. I've seen pictures of that in videos, but you're right. There's some crazy stuff. Yeah, Andre, what is the craziest thing you've ever seen out there? Those boundaries you're talking about, I wonder if, do you think, is it because the ocean floor is different, it stops, like there's a drop or something, so you got water coming one way and then water coming over the other land, like over the other floor, and just when they hit, they just react differently. Smelly says that's the far north end of Padre, right? Yes, exactly, it is. And the last time I was there, there's a state park, but just prior to the state park, on the beach, it's a beautiful beach, and it's not part of the state park, so it's free, and you can go out there, and when we were there just weren't that many people out there, and it was just really nice because you didn't have to pay a fee to get into the state park. And I think at the time we went, the state park was technically closed, but we stayed on the part right before the entry to the state park, which just had a little chain up, and that was it. That's how you knew you were at the state park. But exactly, you take Newport Pass is what it's called, Newport Pass Road off of 361, if anyone knows those highways out there. And it's called Mustang Island. Avoid the area during spring break. Yeah, I wasn't there. I'm gonna have to see when we went. It wasn't actually during spring break itself, but you could bring your vehicle onto the beach. Like we had a Honda Odyssey at the time, and I brought the canopy that I usually use for the farmers markets. We set that up. I even put the Ferocious logo on the canopy just so people could kind of see it. Let's see. You can totally see the difference between the water near the coast as compared to out where you're at now. The further you go out, the bluer it gets. Yeah, that's some pretty water out there in the ocean, in the deep ocean. Like even when we were on that cruise, you'd see dolphins and things like that, and the water, you're right, gets so blue. Let's see, you've seen hammerhead sharks, whale sharks, and a whole lot of yellowfin tuna out there. Nice. That's really cool. Let's see, maybe salt and mineral content too might be another explanation. You teach earth science, you should know these things. Well, there's so much to learn, though. You can't possibly know it all, Amrit. The Blue Ghost is awesome. South Padre Island is fun for spring break. Yeah, we were there. I'm pretty sure it was like the week or two after spring break. So we were there not for the crowd. If I was a little younger, maybe that would be cool to go. I see some of these videos, though. I'm like, wow, I cannot believe how many people go out there. What was that? What was that show they had back 15 years ago? It was something like Wilder or something, Wild and Wilder or something like that. It was I think it was a pay-per-view or something. Hey, what's going on? Bearded Cheesehead's in the house. How's it going, brother? Good to see you. Your hometown is Corpus. Awesome. So Mustang Island. The last time we went out there, we stayed at a place right off of the Kennedy Memorial Causeway called Multi Resorts at Puente Vista. And it's the perfect spot because they're like these small 2-bedroom condos, and they're clean. They're nothing super fancy, but they're clean, and they have got a garage if you want it. Although I don't think, I think we couldn't park in the garage, but people own these places and they just rent them out to people. But it's super close, 10, 12-minute drive to Mustang Island, and it was perfect. It was great. I loved it. Yes, let's see, on the other side of the bridge. Yeah, we were even, anytime you go on vacation, how you start getting into that vacation mode, you're like, what could I do to possibly be here all the time? You try to plan out, well, how can I figure out how to get me from where I'm at in my house to being here or this kind of view? And we were like, you know what? That wouldn't be a bad place to, once the kids are all grown up, to buy a place like that, and, live near the water. Of course, if there are hurricanes and stuff like that. Yeah. I remember being 14 years old looking at those infomercials at night. Exactly. It's like, I don't know how you'd buy it or what, but yeah, it's like all these people like having a lot more fun than I was at the time. Girls Gone Wild. Yeah, that's what it was. Yep. The Blue Ghost is a haunted aircraft carrier in Corpus Christi. Oh, cool. And can you go? Like, people can go and visit it, or is it just all like fenced off and you can't go in? Emirates says he needs to hit Cancun. Yeah. Our kids' passports, we got to get those passports up to date. And I think mine expires this year. I got to get mine anyway. But we on that Disney cruise, we hit Cancun when we were there. We went to Cancun. We went to somewhere in Mexico. And we went, well, that was it, I think. But it was a blast. Oh, it's an actual museum. Cool. Let me write that down, because if we do go down there, I mean, I'll definitely that's a place we can go even if there's COVID. We could drive down to Corpus and stay at that place if there's availability, and if there's not too many people on the beach, we go there. I'm gonna so Blue Ghost. Aircraft carrier. You can tour it and go up on deck. It's pretty awesome. Cool. Nice aquarium nice aquarium next to it too. Sweet. Yeah, because I'm seriously like, I'm taking a week off, and I don't know necessarily I want to fly anywhere, because I don't want to. I don't know. I wouldn't mind it. It's just I hate going on vacation. Not that I hate it, but it's like I hate just sticking around the hotel. But I know that place is beautiful already. The aquarium and the Blue Ghost are cool places to see when you're there. That might just happen. I'll have to see if there's availability at that multi-point. What is it called again? Multi-resorts at Puente Vista. That reminds me of when I used to live in Rhode Island. We drive down to New York sometimes, and they had an aircraft carrier off on the Hudson River that had a bunch of older, and some fairly modern. They had an F-16 on there for some reason, but they also had the old SR-71 Blackbird, which is that plane that went from over New York to over California in an hour and 9 minutes. So they had one of those up there. I've never seen one actually fly because they don't use them anymore, and they had stopped using them for the most part by the time I was in the Air Force. I can send you a list of great restaurants also. Oh, absolutely. If you could do that, man, that would be awesome. I would love to see that list. Thank you. The first time you went on vacation while running a small business, did you have anxiety? Yes. I was like, here's what I do, though. This is what I will do on vacation. I'll make an announcement that I'm going on vacation. I will have people pre-order, and I usually do a 40% discount, because I want to, for the inconvenience of having to wait till I get back. But that's typically how I do it. But yes, I'm like, what do? I want to stay active with the community. I want to do Instagram posts. I want to fulfill orders, but I can't because it's back home. The Intrepid. Yeah, that's what it was called. The Intrepid. You get to the ship from the exit right before you enter the Causeway Bridge. Okay. Right. I'm looking at a map too, so that's why I'm able to. Let me switch this to satellite view to see if it shows it. All right. I'm sure that I'll find it when I'm there, because that's definitely something that's of interest to me, and I know the kids would enjoy that too, and so would Barb. I think that would be fun. So, question for you: living out there, how impactful are storms on a everyday basis to you? Like, in other words, like I live in DFW, so really the only thing we ever worry about, for the most part, are possible tornadoes, which are so random and sporadic that all you can do is, put yourself in a storm shelter. But living on the coastline, I know we get hurricanes that come through every now and then. Are you how often do you typically evacuate in, say, a 10-year stretch? And not only that, but how much damage have you got in, say, the last 10 years to any properties out there? Storms are rare down there in the Corpus area, really? Okay. Because I know, certain places like Galveston, although they're not as, they just seem to hit Galveston, and maybe it's because of how the storms shape in the Gulf of Mexico or the Gulf of Texas. Maybe what happens is they just tend to start blowing north, and because Corpus is so far south, that maybe they just don't hit as often. And that's great if that's the case. Springtime has daily rain out there. Summer's about 100. Storms really never happen. Okay. Very good. Let's see. Oklahoma, Corpus, and Padre were the closest vacation spots. I'm telling you what, guys. I like Oklahoma City. To me, Oklahoma City is a fun city. I like going up there to Oklahoma City. Storm Magnet in Galveston. Yeah, I feel like that's the case. Okay, let's see. You lived there from 97 in 2014. You only evacuated once in that time. Wow. That is definitely something that's of importance to me, because Barb's always mentioned that she wants to live somewhere where there's the ocean, and I know it's the Gulf of Mexico, but it's not necessarily the ocean. But even in Florida, I prefer personally the Gulf side of Florida, because I just love the water. The Atlantic is nice, but I feel like the water is prettier on the Gulf side. And we've both been to, Corpus, and we both really liked that. We thought it was beautiful. It's not like there's Corpus, you are about as far south as you can get, and it would take a long time to get anywhere else. But San Antonio's not that far away. Houston's not that far away. Florida is probably about as close as it is from us now in Fort Worth. So there's a possibility that we could relocate to Corpus at some point in the future. It's a place I really like. Padres losing beachfront 5 feet in 20 years due to erosion and rising water. That's interesting. 5 feet in 20 years. Okay. Water's not pretty in Corpus. Stories. Well, I don't know those stories, and you're probably right, I'm sure. But I just know that going to Mustang Island, I just thought, in comparison to Galveston, I just thought the beaches there were just amazing looking. Now, I don't know how much they're going to build that, that main road off of the main strip that goes through Mustang Island in the future. I can imagine in 50 years it's going to be full of hotels, kind of like Galveston is. But right now, that place is just really beautiful, I think. Brownsville has some awesome Mexican food, closest you can get without crossing over the border. I love Mexican food too, and I love Tex-Mex food. I didn't used to when I first moved here. I thought it was too hot, spicy, but I love it now. Andre's going to bed. All right, brother. Thank you so much for jumping in on here, man. Have a great evening, and we will talk to you hopefully next Friday. Be safe, brother. Hey, Catholic Beard Reviews is here. Thanks for jumping in. Good to see you, brother. How are you doing tonight? Smelly says you do see some pretty awesome lightning over the Gulf. Yeah, you see some amazing, just like the whole cloud, like, and it just follows over, just like lights up different parts of the sky. I love that stuff. Same here in Hawaii. Used to be one of the top 5 beaches in the world, but not anymore. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I being from Rhode Island originally, it was nice, even though we never went to the ocean every day. It was nice knowing that if you wanted to take a drive, it was 20 minutes and you were at the ocean. But I love the warm weather in the southern part of America, like Texas. And so that, I want to stay in the South. I want to stay somewhere in either Texas or possibly Florida, but I know Texas now. I like Texas. So the ocean is beautiful and terrifying at the same time. Yeah, it is. Like, you have to have respect for it. There's so much out there. And you might, rogue waves and undertows. You gotta not take it for granted. But yeah, it is beautiful though, and unpredictable. Doing well after 4 feet of snow. Woo, 4 feet of snow. That's a lot of snow, man. How did we fare the blizzard? We did okay. We actually did okay. We lost power for a couple of days, 15-hour stretches, on for 6 or 7 hours, then off for another 15 hours. And our pool froze. This house does have a pool. The pool froze. Have never been swimming in it yet since we just moved here in October. But luckily the pipes didn't break, and the only thing that happened was a cover on top of a filter cracked. So I was able to order a new one from some company outside of Texas, and they still had it, and they hadn't run out, so they shipped that to me. Let's see. For you, enjoyed more underwater, like spearfishing. Okay, that's cool. Like, would you be like snorkeling kind of, and then fishing with a spear with a snorkel on? Amrit used to swim out on the beach till you find out about riptides. Yeah, riptides. I mean, if you guys don't know, basically what riptides are, if you're going out and the waves are coming in towards the shore, but then while that's happening, under the water, you also have a movement of water, like from, say, left to right or right to left, that you can't see because all you're seeing is the water coming in. And sometimes what will happen is you'll be out there walking, and then you step into one of those tides, kind of like thinking about like if you step into like a fast-moving river or a fast-moving creek. And that's what ends up happening. And you don't see it, and so you can pull you under. And what you're supposed to do is swim perpendicular to, parallel to the shoreline. You're supposed to basically swim down the shoreline until you get out of that riptide. So kind of like that. Hey, Quentin, how's it going? Camp Lejeune, North Carolina, out on vacation, visiting friends. Well, thanks for jumping in on here, Quentin, and I'm glad you're out there visiting friends and enjoying life, man. That's awesome. How is it out there in Camp Lejeune? Is it warm down there in North Carolina? It's probably in the 60s here in Fort Worth. But that's so cool. You on base then? Or are you just in the city? Are you on base? Mid-50s. Perfect. That's awesome. Beats like the mid-30s. Very cool. Well, listen, guys, it is 10:07. Just off base, all right? Just off base. Nice. I tell you, those military towns, there's just something about them. They're all kind of, they've got all the stuff that you would imagine. Credit companies, car lots, used car lots, tattoo shops, bars, pawn shops, all the stuff you could imagine. But they're always pretty fun. I mean, you pretty much everything you need when you're when you're young and in the military, or you've got in a military town, and it's amazing how much impact the military has on the local economy for those companies. All right, guys. Well, we've got 10 people here, and I think what I'm going to do is do one more giveaway. Let's see if we didn't get any more orders. So, okay, yep, no more orders. We're going to do another giveaway. This will be for a $25 gift card. We've got 9 people here now, so we've got 8 on Facebook. 8 on YouTube, and Quentin over there on Facebook. So I'll see both your streams. So let's go ahead and do that giveaway. All right, I'm just clearing the board, so we'll have, since there's 10 of us here, we'll add one more. So we'll do 1 through 5. 1 through 5. When you see the word go, if you could type in one number, please, between 1 and 5, please. Get ready. Get set. Go. Yeah, everything a service member needs to get: bad credit, a divorce, and a rap sheet. And you ain't lying about that. I got into trouble with credit my last year in the Air Force with a Best Buy card. I remember I went out there, I bought a stereo. Back when those were the things to get. I bought this nice, rack stereo with these gigantic, heavy speakers. And I was like, I'll pay this off by the time I get out. Well, no, I didn't. I didn't pay it off. And I ended up, when I first got out of the Air Force, I had some credit issues. I mean, I ended up settling on a couple of them. And I remember Best Buy on the phone saying, I'll never have another Best Buy card again. There's no way you'll ever get another Best Buy card again. I'm like, okay, well, at least I won't get into trouble. And, well, now my credit's much better, after years of working on it and stuff. And just, growing up, I guess. But, and I do have a Best Buy card now, but I don't use it very often, and I make sure I pay it off, hopefully early, but I pay it off. If you need something, like we need a new stove or something, and you don't just want to drop, money for a stove, you can do it for 12 months interest free, and as long as you can actually pay for it. But we've paid our credit card bills just because we know how much trouble you can get in. So, all right, let's see here. Who has the magic number? And what will that magic number be? Let's find out together. All right, 0 and stop. Okay, so we got 5 numbers up on the board. And let's see. Let's pick the number here. Here we go, 1 through 5. Number 2, Bearded Cheesehead. You are the first to show up here in StreamYard with number 2. So you win a $25 gift card to Ferocious. So get with me after, and then we'll get you that gift card. Just see. All right, congratulations. That's so cool. But yeah, also, yeah, right. Awesome commercial right here. Everything a service member needs to get bad credit, a divorce, and a rap sheet. So, good stuff. Let's see. How is the Air Force? Is it easier than the other branches? So I don't know. First of all, I had not been in the other branches, but I was security police in the Air Force. So we were kind of like the grunts of the Air Force. We were responsible for air-based ground defense. So we were kind of like the defenders of the base. And so we had a lot of fun, but we did work hard though. We were out there a lot of hours doing base defense drills and securing property, like securing the base, we were responsible for the security of missiles, for the security of everything from F-15s to ICBMs in Wyoming to nuclear weapons in Europe, to base patrol. So we kind of did all sorts of things. When I was in, it was like I did security it was a separate career field between security and law enforcement, and I just thought security would be more interesting, so I went into security specialist. So I was mostly on the restricted area side, but good stuff. Yeah, they don't call it the chair force for nothing. Yeah, it was fun though. I had a great time. Air Force uniforms are the coolest. See, it's been a while since I kept up with the Air Force uniforms now, but like, although I've seen some postings on Instagram, but when I was in, we had the traditional like Vietnam era camouflage, the jungle camouflage. We had, let me see, we had like, your last name, U.S. Air Force, and then you would have the security police badge on your pocket, and then you'd have a function badge above that, and your rank would be here. Well, about halfway through, they got rid of all that, and they just went to a single leather patch that had your name, your rank, a security police badge on it. And then people were complaining, well, you can't see the rank of the person. So then they kept the leather patch, and then except they put the rank back on the sleeves again. And then by the time all was said and done, they got rid of the leather patch and went back to how it was. So it was kind of crazy, like a big circle. So crazy stuff. Plenty of tattoo shops. Hitting one up tomorrow for new ink. Nice. I always wanted to get an Air Force Security Police badge as a tattoo. I just never did though. At some point I probably will, but I've got my Ferocious tattoo on my leg, and I've got this single tattoo here, which this, for those of you that don't know, so my oldest daughter, her middle name is Rose, and that's why I have these roses here. And she was a twin to a stillborn named Noah, and these are actually his footprints that we got from his death certificate. And so it's his footprints and Julia Rose. So that's why I've got that tattoo. I always say if you're going to get a tattoo, make sure it means something. When I went to get these tattoos, sometimes they'd have stacks of tattoos on the wall and almost like, what's the latest and greatest this week? And people would just pick them. But I feel like if you're going to get one, get something that's meaningful to you. Question: why do service members wear their uniforms in special social events such as weddings? I'm curious. I apologize for my lack of knowledge. Well, I think it's because they want to, first of all, they're proud of being in the military, and they want to have a military style wedding, and so it's perfectly acceptable to wear a uniform. And I think it's for the spouse who is not accustomed to the military, it's kind of a welcome to the military. This is what it's going to be like. So I think in some ways it's kind of like a good break-in period for what it might be like, because it is a whole different way of life, especially for someone who is not actually in the military, but they are a spouse of someone who's in the military, and they've got to now learn a whole new world. But they don't have to, though. They can't. I mean, you could have a traditional wedding even if you're in the military. You don't have to wear a uniform, but I think a lot of people do, just because they're proud of their military service, and they want to wear that to symbolize who they are at that part of their life, and so I think that other than that, the reasons probably differ from person to person. Let's see. All right, and Bearded Chisha, just got your information too, sir. So thank you very much, and I'll be reaching out to you. Let's see. Thanks to everyone here that served. You are effing awesome. You guys are absolutely. You have my full respect and the respect of many people who you might not even know have their respect. So, all right, Wolf, you're out. Okay, guys, and I think I'm out too. Guys, have a really great weekend. thank you so much for stopping by and showing us some love over here at Ferocious Friday Free for All. You guys totally rock, and I really mean that. So have a great weekend. We will see you back next Friday. And don't forget, if you want to participate in the $50 gift card, just place orders on the mobile app, or you can send me a letter. It's all the details are on the website too. So you guys take care, and we'll see you later. Bye.